Okay, good afternoon, everyone. If you're just joining us, we appreciate you dialing in today. For those of you who may be new to this monthly call, I'm James Stapleton. I'm the president and CEO of Codify. And together with our partners at the eFactory and many connecting organizations across Southern Missouri, we are happy to host today's Connecting SOMO call. And I think if my memory serves me right, this is get together number 1 of 2025. So we have missed seeing you and are happy you're here today. As I get started, I'll share my screen and kind of go over today's program, talk a little bit about kind of getting oriented with some new things in the network. So Nikki, if you don't mind, thumbs up if the screen looks okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. Sorry, while I get to the front. Okay. So for those of you who may be new, hopefully you don't mind going in to the chat of Zoom and introducing yourself so you begin to meet some of the others that are tuned in today, exchange contact information, and hopefully make a connection or two. That'd be great. Otherwise, we also have made some updates to our website. So if you go to innovatesomo.org, there have been a variety of new community connectors and other partners that have signed on to Innovate SOMO. And of note would be if you go to the About page of Innovate SOMO and you scroll down and you look at our network page and you look at partners page, you'll see some additions there. Some of you that may be new may be learning that we really have a variety of ways to connect to our collective network. 2 of those are in kind of formal roles. We have 4 regional connectors, and there are 2 of those in both Southwest Missouri and Southeast Missouri, the Joplin Chamber of Commerce and the Springfield Chamber of Commerce in Southwest Missouri. In Southeast Missouri, SEMO Ready, the Economic Development Corporation in Southeast Missouri, as well as a community connector, the Cape Girardeau Area Chamber of Commerce, and then in West Plains, the Ozark Small Business Incubator and Heather's team there, all regional connectors. And then as you see with the blue pins on the map, these are all community connectors who also have formal roles and are engaged with us really to be kind of the boots on the ground in the network to help us promote awareness and engagement in innovation and entrepreneurship in Southern Missouri. So really excited. Crystal has her hand up.
James, I don't think we're seeing your slides. We just see the title slide so far.
Oh, bless you for letting me know.
There you go. We see it now.
Okay, we'll go with that. I love Acrobat. So I was just introducing a few of the organizations that are our regional and community connectors. And then today, we want to talk about an exciting development for us. We're introducing Innovate SOMO Week, an inaugural activity that I'll talk a little bit about today. And we also want to announce a new investor education program. And for some of you that have been aware of our venture investment and angel fund investment activities, a little bit of an update about that. So first, hot off the press, hopefully all of you have received introductory and welcome emails about our new named week. This is made possible by grants that are a longtime and valued partner, the Missouri Technology Corporation, made to both Codify and the eFactory that allows us to work with our regional connectors to take a week out of the year, kind of carve out time to really focus on celebrating innovation and entrepreneurship and all the great work that our partner organizations and communities do. And so it would go without saying, I guess we would have rather had a lot more time in advance to sort of get the word out about the event. But we have a variety of things going on in the network, and we really wanted to kind of have an activity this year. If you look at the statewide calendar with entrepreneurship and innovation organizations, trying to squeeze something in the fall is a nightmare. So we really wanted to choose spring before everyone kind of gets out to summer and gets involved with families. So we decided to go ahead and take the leap and do April 21st through 25th this year. We hope this will obviously be an annual event. There is less activity, especially going on statewide this time of year. So we're super excited about kicking off the event. So the goals are kind of obvious, really following after if you are involved in the entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystems in St. Louis or Kansas City or Columbia. You're aware that there are named weeks. There has been through the Kauffman Foundation for many, many years, even a global named entrepreneurship week. And we wanted to take a week where we kind of put the state's attention on us and all the wonderful work that's going on in Southern Missouri. And really, if you think about these kinds of weeks, it's probably just taking a week to focus on things we do routinely anyway. Some of our goals really in thinking about the week would be to engage local and regional partners. So really encouraging our chambers and economic development organizations and local business leaders to get engaged around the excitement on the growth and focus of our work. Certainly, we take the opportunity to spotlight success stories. Maybe most importantly, this is an opportunity to feature businesses and entrepreneurs across the region, really regardless of their industry, their size, their age of business. Also to take the opportunity to drive awareness and access to resources. So with all of us connecting together, using social media really to drive a statewide presence and even a great presence in your local communities. If you are looking to get some additional awareness to programs that you have, to events that you have, as we'll talk about, not all of those events and activities have to be going on during this week, but this would be a great week to highlight those and really celebrating our efforts, across the chasm of innovation. There are a lot of innovative things that go on in our region. And so as we named the week, we certainly think that it isn't just a tech startup or activity week, but really an opportunity to highlight all types of innovation and an opportunity to create some new high visibility events that we hope you'll take the opportunity to think about in your local communities. We'll talk about some events that we've been planning at eFactory and at Codify, but this is an event we always envisioned through the regional node grant with MTC to be region-wide. So just a kind of a primer to get your mind thinking maybe a little bit about some events and activities that you may want to host or to organize. As I mentioned, we're really encouraging you to highlight innovation of all types. An idea would be to highlight an innovative business or organization each day. It takes very little work, time or effort from your staff just to make that that highlight maybe on social media every day. We hope you'll think about small, big tech, workforce, education, really all industry sectors. And then a recurring theme here will be we encourage you to recycle when you can. All of us do lots of events and activities and programs throughout the year. And how often we probably are reminded that people forget quickly the wins that you've had, great things that maybe you've done recently, and this is an opportunity to go back a little bit in time and highlight those things again. We also want a great focus to be on entrepreneurs and on the knowledge that we have that entrepreneurs are the job creators in our state. It's an opportunity this week to highlight the economic importance of the efforts that we all make to support individuals and organizations starting new businesses, really to spotlight past, current, and future entrepreneurs. Every community in Southern Missouri has individuals and families and organizations that really are pillars of entrepreneurial activity in our communities. And this is an easy time to really shine light on them, even ones that you may have highlighted in the past. And then we really hope to get everyone pulled together around, really using social media and our digital tools to really engage local, regional, and statewide networks. I know even, some of us have national networks, and we really want to, for federal agencies and partners and investors around the country to have an opportunity to see more of what's going on, not only in Missouri, but in Southern Missouri. And so we encourage you to post before, during, and after events. Hopefully we can be very active on social during this week. And then the last piece of advice might be to just make it fun, easy, and really think about ways that we can engage people, gamifying activities. It would be fun to have some competition during the week at your local level, maybe competitions that even encourage people to get involved and communicate around social media. So any ways that we can make the event fun and easy. And obviously, we want to focus around real people, real businesses, and real wins in our region. So we like to think that this is not a heavy lift for anyone. Obviously, it does take some time to organize some of these activities and events. It was alluded to in the email that was published to all of you that our teams have taken the opportunity to create some marketing materials for you that you can access. We'll be sending those repeated times so that you'll make sure that when they get lost in your inbox, you'll be able to find them easily. But we'll make you aware of those things that we've created to help make it easier for you. And some ideas about some initial events, more information to come, but several kind of high-level things that have been scheduled. On that Monday of the week, we will be kicking off the week-long event with eFactory hosting a big celebration and an event in Springfield. We'll be announcing the time and variety of activities that'll be going on that day. The next day, we will also be hosting a workshop in Springfield. This is a workshop that Codify will be hosting with the Community Foundation of the Ozarks. That's an introduction to venture philanthropy, really a part of an investor education program that has been supported by MTC that we'll talk about in a few moments. But this will be an event where we'll be inviting people who are interested in learning more about angel and venture investing, folks that are accredited investors who might be donor advised fund managers or individuals and family offices that could learn more about or get connected to people who are involved in this activity. On the 23rd, we'll be hosting a virtual event. So I guess this is my way of saying we're encouraging organizations to do both virtual and in-person events. And I will be unveiling a research study that I am working on that actually delves into the business dynamics of the state of Missouri. I'll be highlighting this week the 47 counties of the Innovate SOMO network, but I'll invite everyone to dial in that day. The data nerds that are out there can have a place to go to learn a little more about the life of businesses in Missouri over the last 20 years. And it probably won't surprise you that we'll be highlighting the job creating nature of young companies through that time series data. We're thrilled to have the Missouri Technology Board meeting in Cape Girardeau for their quarterly meeting that Thursday. Although that's a private meeting, obviously, we're really excited to be hosting them. There is an invite reception the night before, and it's just a great opportunity to have the board and the MTC staff come meet and spend time with us in Southern Missouri. They did this about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken, in Springfield also. So it's always a great opportunity to host them. And then we are kicking around ideas of things that would be simple to do, like free co-working days across Southern Missouri in co-working spaces on Friday. What a great way to end the week by inviting people to come see your spaces and check out sort of the life that isn't always working from home. So just some ideas of events that we're working on, a lot more to come. And if you look at the event schedule that's already posted on the week page, you'll see some additional events are already there. So if anyone on today's call is interested immediately in learning more about getting some materials, the other thing I would say is we are happy to help if there are ways that we can engage at your locations. I'm having a couple of meetings already with communities about doing joint presentations, information sessions. Our teams are happy up to our capacity to come to your community and be a part of sharing information about everything that's going on, not only in the network, but from an entrepreneurship standpoint. So call on us if you'd like any help, and also to get access to all the marketing materials. And then importantly, to share with us as you get them organized, the events that you plan to host, and we'll get those posted to the Innovate SOMO Week page. Let me stop there at the risk of never being able to appropriately share the page again and see if there are any questions or comments about Innovate SOMO Week. Crystal or Nikki, is there anything else that I did a very poor job of sharing that you would like to include?
Nope, we dropped the link and the assets in the chat so that people could also have access to that there.
Great. Okay, well, we look forward to working with you to come up with some events. If you're nearby and you have the opportunity, we'd also love for you to visit some of the events that we'll have in either Springfield or in Cape Girardeau. So let me move on to the second topic for today then. Crystal, you seeing that okay? Put you on the spot.
No, your screen is gone.
Amazing.
Yeah.
James, I was seeing it.
Oh. so
Yeah.
selective.
You're
I can
back
see it.
now. Yeah.
Thanks, Jim. It's my subtle way of trying to block you out of the conversation, Crystal.
Very subtle. Thank
So, second topic, it's kind of a two-part topic. Again, with the support of the Missouri Technology Corporation, we applied for and received a MOBEC grant to do some work to actually try to increase the number of active angel and venture investors in Southern Missouri. And this is obviously a topic near and dear to our hearts at Codify, with our kind of focus on tech startups and venture investment, and certainly across the region. I think it's well known if you're involved in any startup venture investment kind of data following or activities, you realize that the bulk of venture investing, that kind of investing that actually gets reported and we can track data about, you know that the bulk of it, 80+% of it, year in, year out, is done in about 5 counties in the entire United States. And we're making progress as a state, obviously, in increasing the amount of capital and the amount of people investing capital in companies, but especially in rural areas. We're really still in the development phases of building more of an ecosystem to connect individuals and organizations and institutions to really learn more about this type of investing, the asset class, where it kind of sits in people's portfolios and the way that they're investing their own personal or institutional capital. And so we were thrilled to receive the award, and it's really leading up to our first investor conference that we're also happy to announce today. Has not been announced publicly. We've been waiting on a variety of projects and activities, many times without having complete control of when those things are announced or can be started. But we've been waiting a little bit to identify this date. But on the 14th and 15th of May in Springfield, we'll host our first Invest SOMO Investor Conference. And so I'll say more about that as we talk a little bit about this new investor education program. So the idea behind the investor education program is, if you have individuals in your community or individuals who are interested in investing in companies that are being started and developed in Southern Missouri, then we want to make sure they have access to information and not just knowledge, that the kinds of things that people can do online research about, but really learning from others who have done and are doing this type of investing. We want to provide opportunities for experiences to see, kind of put your hands on and kind of experience what angel and venture investors do, how they diligence companies, how they strategically plan for these types of investments, and then really making sure that all of the interested investors in our region have the connections they need to other groups statewide, other funds and firms in and around the state of Missouri, and certainly to those who are active in Missouri. So what you see on the screen now is sort of this chart that at the top, it shows the sort of 3 phases that these kinds of companies go through. Generally speaking, this can be a much more detailed graphic, but sort of early stage in ideation through a stage of commercial viability, and then sort of market entry and growth. And along every one of those phases throughout this continuum, those companies require investment oftentimes. If a founder's not bootstrapping the company entirely, then they're looking for capital of some kind, and often with a early stage, high risk, high tech, high growth company, that has to come in the form of angel or venture investment. So as you can see, we're sort of aligning the three types of opportunities that we have for new or slightly inexperienced investors to engage in each of those phases. And so as new investors learn more, have more experiences, and begin to expand the number of individuals that they're connected with that are involved in these kinds of activities, they also get to see how the nature of the investment changes in these companies as they grow and mature. So we're excited about how this would play out. What you'll kind of see at the top left is an opportunity for people in your communities that are high net worth individuals. These normally certainly are accredited investors, so they're individuals who have the resources and capacity to invest in this kind of activity. But there would be some online education opportunities, sort of a self-paced online workshop with connection in person. I'll talk a little more about some of the organizations who will be helping us deliver those kinds of workshops. And then think about someone that maybe has played around a little bit with angel investing, but wanted to learn more. They go through this online workshop, and then we would invite them to be guests at our investor conference. That conference will be held twice a year, once in Springfield, and then we hope to host in Cape Girardeau, and would even entertain the idea someday of hosting in other alternate locations during the year. So a couple of conferences a year, and then we can invite those individuals who are learning more to actually be guests at the pre-seed investment day, meet with myself and other limited partners who are also involved in investing in our for-profit funds, coming to networking events, and really starting to learn more from others who are doing it. And then as they continue to be more and more engaged, we continue to provide more experiences and connections for them as they work their way through this process. Our goal, obviously, is that they would become active and become active in angel investing in one of the many forms that they could do that. And getting them plugged into those opportunities will be a real key. So it gives you a basic idea of the program. This first educational online opportunity is currently, the program is under development. We'll be announcing it soon with access to space in it in the fall. But I would say if you know anyone that you think would be interested in learning more about angel or venture investing, there would also be a great opportunity to invite them to our first conference. And I'll talk a little more about that in just a moment. We do have some great partners in the project. Some of you may know Ed Frint, the managing director of Casey Rise Fund. This is a venture capital fund in Kansas City that actually, similar to our funds, is focused on high-tech SaaS, mostly software-based businesses, but also has institutional and private investors in their fund. And so Ed has been a great friend to eFactory and to Codify over the years, and spending time with our founders, and will be advising on the programs, and we'll be at some of our activities. Kind of switching the side of the slide over to the far left, Judy Syndicuse is the managing partner and CEO of Capital Innovators in St. Louis. Very well known, very well thought of fund manager and accelerator program developer. And we're thrilled to have Judy, whom we've known for a long time as well, be involved in delivering part of the online programming that's available in the project, and being on board as an advisor as well. And then lastly, our venture practice attorney and law firm, Lindsay Karastensel, will be participating in the program as well. Lindsay we began engaging with a few years ago and helping set up the structure for our funds, and is really a national thought leader, especially where there's sort of this intersection of doing well, doing good with nonprofit and for-profit funds such as ours. Lindsay also is going to be out in our region in Innovate SOMO Week, so we're super excited about that as well, and we'll be announcing some opportunities for any of you who would like to spend some time with her. She's dynamic and really fun to be around, and very, very knowledgeable. So happy to have her. And then a quick note, kind of a tease of a future announcement. We've been working on kind of the final objective in our own venture and angel investment strategies in Southern Missouri, and that's the creation of a syndicate, network syndicate. So really combining angel networks from a multi-state area, kind of connected in the southwest corner of Missouri, giving angel investors in networks in those 4 states opportunities to get access to deal flow without having to necessarily be a member in every one of those networks. Those of you who've been around this activity for a while, like myself, you've kind of seen phases of angel networks come and go. And this is kind of an answer to some of the challenges that angel networks have faced, especially in non-major metro areas, to get access to a little more deal flow. So we're really excited to kind of plant that seed with you, and then we'll follow up on that in the coming months with an announcement. And speaking of that, we opened our Innovate SOMO funds probably a year ago, and have been very slowly raising funds in those funds. I say slowly because there are a lot of people interested in investing in the funds, and our goal was to really get as many people as we can involved in and across Southern Missouri, not to just take kind of the first big checks that could fill out the fund. If anyone that's new to today's call hasn't heard much about the Innovate SOMO funds and would like to have more information, please reach out to me or anyone else on the Codify or eFactory teams that you may have contact information for. I do feel like our funds will close soon. And so we'd love to get everybody involved who has interest in this first vintage of the Innovate SOMO funds. So that's concludes the information I wanted to share today about the investor education program. Thank you again to our partners at MTC for their support of all that we do in Southern Missouri and the Innovation Network here, many of our partner programs as well, but certainly those 2 programs. I'll pause there if anyone has any questions about the investor education program. That we'll be sending you information with the opening of those programs, so you can refer individuals to them. But any initial questions? Quiet group. We don't fake questions here. We don't plant questions. So if you don't have any, then we go on about our day. Well, great. Thank you all for attending today. We really appreciate you sharing some time with us, especially when it's 75 degrees outside. And we will continue to provide updates about the programs that we shared today, and hope we have your engagement and excitement about Innovate SOMO Week. Let us know if we can help any at all with Innovate SOMO Week activities. And then be looking for the email invite for next month's Connecting SOMO webinar. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.